Welcome back to Xtra, where we're doing a very short but very passionate tier list for the PlayStation. Now, this is going to be a very short video because, as you can see,
one of these things isn't even a console. I'm just now seeing this.
Yeah. And that's the one I want to talk about, too, because I know no one has ever touched that one. But, this will be a very short tier list. We're going to get through this fairly quickly, starting with the PSP.
PSP A tier.
Okay.
S tier.
PSP is actually, I would put A or S tier. I'm not going to lie. I've never owned one, but
I had one.
Natalia swears to this thing up and down. And what's funny is I took that to heart and I got her a modded PSP for Christmas last year.
Really?
And that thing is awesome, right? Like just it being modded alone, obviously, but like it is a really good, like, I think it would be considered a retro handheld. I think it was really more or less advanced for its time. Obviously, it wasn't going to stack up to the DS, but for what it was,
yeah.
I mean, if we're comparing it to other systems, but still, on its own, it has really good merits.
Right. I've heard really good
one.
things about it too. I've never played it myself, but I've heard incredibly good things about it. So, I'm going to take Darrell's word on it, and I'll try
for its time, it was fantastic.
A2. Okay, perfect.
I would say put it S tier because I'm just thinking about everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it might be the only thing in S tier.
Would you put it at like high S tier, low S tier?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
Sure. What does that mean? Is it are we doing SS tier S minus?
No, it's just like that. That's gonna be the top.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right, and then PS Vita.
This is on the other side of the
spectrum. All right, so PS Vita, I think it's just a PSP, but with more. I don't know anything about the Vita. I never had one. I never looked into it. I never even desired to have one. I just know it didn't do well.
So that's why, because I haven't heard anyone talk about this.
So, okay, so funny enough, I didn't even know we were gonna do this video. I recently watched Scott the Waz's PS Vita versus Wii U video, and I didn't even realize that the Vita came out the same year as the Wii U, and they both failed for very different reasons. The PS Vita basically just had like scrunched down versions of PS3 and I guess 4 games. Like, you know how like Nintendo will basically be like, okay, Mario Kart DS is different than Mario Kart Double Dash or Wii, but it has its own game, right? It's not like Mario Kart Wii on the DS. It's Mario Kart DS, right? I hope you get what I'm saying with that, right? Mm-hmm. They would basically put out games on the Vita like what's that Nathan Drake game? Uncharted. They put like a version of Uncharted on the PS Vita that was basically just a lower version of the PS3 game, right? And that's basically how they treated the Vita games. It was like, we have the technology, you can do all this stuff. Mm-hmm. It's got 3G, it's got all, but we just don't really know how to make games for this thing. Like, in terms of differentiating it from our home consoles. Right. And that was the big issue, I guess. And nobody really gravitated toward it because of that, more or less. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Also, you could have a cell phone playing with it for the 3G. I don't know what that was about, but I don't know. I don't want. I don't need Verizon to power my home, not my home console, my portable console.
Right. Yeah. I honestly I forget about it so much. I forget this thing existed at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The gimmick, I guess, is admirable, but like I don't think people want to play games like that, especially games like Uncharted or like that, where everything is just like diluted and just like you have to look at this tiny screen to play like Uncharted, like you said.
I don't think it would have. I don't think it was going to catch on for very long.
Yeah. So that's probably like D worthy, I would think. It's at least a low C, high D, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing to say on it.
Put it in D. Just because I think it's funny that PSP is S and the PS Vita is D. I just think it's very funny.
Take that, sucker. Okay. Now, this interesting little thing.
Do you even know what that is?
Yeah.
It's a Wii U.
Not really.
Incorrect.
Kind of.
Correct. I've seen it. It's basically like a cloud version of like the PS5. It's like a portable. As long as you have an internet connection, you can play your PS5 games on it.
Okay.
And what's crazy is me and my department, we had like a trip for like, it was like a professional development or whatever, and one of my coworkers brought it with us on the trip.
Gosh.
And he was using his like hotspot to like power it on. Didn't even really use it, but like he had it like in the van that we were in, and I didn't even realize until after we got out of the van. I was like, "How are you?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, and then he's like, "Yeah, my hotspot or whatever." Long story short, it's not even really a console. It's just
It's a pad.
PS5 more.
I,
If that makes sense. Like, it's just a different way to play your PS5 games. I wouldn't even rank it any higher than where we would rank the PS5 when we get to the PS5.
I would say B does what it needs to do, not a console.
Yeah.
Easy.
okay.
It's cloud based. I think that definitely takes points off of it.
Because here's an interesting thing, and I may have heard wrong, but I heard it does connect to the PS5. But
Yeah, it also functions like a Wii U pad. Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah, basically.
okay.
It's
Right.
but not
it's
like
Wii U
a
pad
not like a
everywhere.
different screen. It's just it's a mirror.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. That's an odd. I don't know anybody who owns this thing at all. Like I didn't even know.
I've been thinking about getting one if I can find it
Really?
cheap. But the problem is like the
This would-
Steam Deck is like the same thing for me because I can just because it's just for if I'm playing games that I don't want to play on that I wouldn't want to play on TV.
Yeah.
Or like I want to just because like the Wii U gamepad is very. I liked it because I like being able to like I'll just turn on TV and play on the gamepad. It's fine if someone else
Yeah.
wants to use TV.
Sure.
And that's what I would use this for.
Okay.
But like, there's no games I'm really playing on PS5 that I would do that with.
Okay.
Right.
Fair enough.
It's more like a Switch than a Wii U though, because the Wii U was like it was two screens,
Right.
Or it would like stream the same thing on two screens, but this is basically just like functionally a Switch.
Okay. So, would you say like B tier for this?
Yeah, B.
B.
Sure.
Wow. I'm surprised.
I would, but yeah, I wouldn't put it any higher than the PS5 because you basically need a PS5 to use it.
For sure. For sure.
So
Okay. All right. Well, here's our main line right here, and we're already starting off really, really, really good with the PS1.
all right,
Which is just.
I would put the
say-
PS1 on A.
Yeah.
I would say put it on B.
B.
Ooh, why?
Sorry.
Ooh. Okay.
Honestly, I know they were exceptional for their time. I don't think any of the first generation 3D consoles are good. Are great.
Wow.
They're good. They're good for the time, but they don't. That hasn't held up,
I think,
in my opinion.
I think for me,
So that's why I say B.
that makes sense. Okay, that makes
Sure,
sense.
sure.
I think the reason I said A is because of the competition that it had against like everything else. This was the first console Sony ever put out, and it did extremely well. It beat Nintendo. It actually took away part of their market share. A lot of developers flocked from them to Sony.
Yeah.
Like it did, and it brought in like disc-based gaming, which is like the standard, well, more or less the standard for today, outside of like the cartridges for Switch. But it is still basically the standard. Like it set the tone for what modern gaming would eventually become.
That's true.
Like outside of maybe like online gaming, but like it did a lot for the gaming industry, especially also given the whole Nintendo PlayStation thing that happened that led to the PlayStation being a thing. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said, Coach, it definitely beat Nintendo. It stomped Sega like to the ground. Absolutely.
Sega,
It is
Sega's got
gone.
the
When
water.
Sega Saturn came out, it was no competition at all. And I will back
Sony
that
Sony
up.
didn't need to do anything for Sega to just shoot itself in the foot, but whatever.
Basically,
That's a
yeah.
whole different story.
And I'm gonna add this too, and this might be a perk. I would say that the PS1 had games that had a very lasting impact. Like when you say PS1, you could probably list off at least 3 games off the top of your head. Like for
Do
me,
it then.
it's-
Do it right now, Trey.
Okay, Crash, Spyro, Tony Hawk.
Okay. Tony Hawk was also on the N64.
Silent Hill,
Anyway,
Metal Gear,
no.
Virtua Fighter.
Resident
The
Evil.
funny thing is, I haven't played any of those games.
Soul
I
Calibur.
actually just looked up a list of like the top PlayStation 1 games. I don't play Final Fantasy, never played Metal Gear, never played Castlevania, never played Silent Hill, never played Tekken, never played Resident Evil, never played Gran
Let's say
Turismo.
Final Fantasy 7.
I don't care.
Wow.
I do not care.
You know what?
Every time I see gameplay of it, I'm like, oh, so it's a
You're gonna
Roblox
combo
game.
me into don't care into B tier, and I'm like, I just gave all this evidence. He's just like, I don't.
B tier.
Yeah.
Sorry, when the PlayStation 2 came out, the tiers rose up. It would have been A when it came out, and then the PlayStation 2 came out and lowered everything.
Wow.
So wait,
That's
so the
insane.
existence of the PS2 lowered everything by itself.
Yes, the PlayStation 2 is the best console ever
Then why
Okay,
is
let's
PSP
we'll get
in
there.
S
We'll get
tier?
there.
Where
But
was
because
let's
PSP is just a portable PlayStation 2.
You're right.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Christian, and I'm gonna put PS1 in A tier for sure.
I hate you all.
Because Jarrell, you
My
do
opinion
bring
is
up a
always
good point.
disregarded.
The graphics are not.
Everybody
what they
hates me.
are. But I will say, I think the games and I think the nostalgia of it kind of help it out. So I'll give you that.
B is for birthday boy. Give it to the birthday boy.
Nah, you can leave. You can leave it at A. It's fine.
it's Drill's birthday pass for those out in the real world.
Whatever.
All right. So I think it's no competition here. PS2
S.
is
What are we
absolute
even
S
saying?
tier. Right.
What
right.
are you even saying?
Do we even need to say anything about the PS2?
The
I
funny,
still
the,
really think.
all right.
Oh, go ahead.
The funny thing is, we had a PS2. I only played Grand Theft Auto 3. That's
Are you
it.
serious?
That's the only PlayStation 2 game I ever played.
Oh
PlayStation,
my
I played Grand Theft Auto 3 and like, I think I had like a Spyro game maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all I have PlayStation
That
2.
is insane.
That's really
Wow.
Like there's so many games on the PlayStation 2. I played like 3 of them.
Did you use it for Blu-ray at least, or what? Not Blu-ray, DVDs.
Oh, DVDs? Nope. Oh, I had Prince of
that was
Persia. I had
crazy.
Sands of Time.
Okay.
So I played Sands of Time. I'm just looking up a list.
Okay.
Grand Theft Auto 4 was on the PlayStation 2? That's insane to me. What does it look like?
Not imagine.
That was probably during that era where every game was on every. Remember, like that PS,
Yes.
like 2005, 2006 era, 2007. Where, like,
Bro, it was on the
every game
GameCube
was
and the
every-
Wii.
Ooh.
Oh god, yeah, nah.
Sorry, I gotta look up gameplay of this. What does it look like?
Sonic Unleashed is like that.
Oh my gosh! It's so bad.
Yeah. It's okay. Let's be fair. The graphics haven't aged well. But
I mean, it looks like a Switch 1 game.
ooh, huh? Bro,
That's funny. Well, I mean, that's fair. That's no,
All right,
I would give it that because
it
it
looks
looks
like
supposed to be close to Xbox 360 quality. So.
It looks like a Switch 2 Pokemon game.
oh my gosh.
Hey,
It's
wait
like,
a second.
they haven't even come out yet. I'm just playing.
Because,
That
yeah,
comment could age well.
I was gonna say, I think it's really funny that Sony, for whatever reason, was still trying to find more PS2 sales in like 2024, 2025 when the Switch was about to like surpass it. And they went from like, they went from 150 million to 160 million sales now.
That
Now
was
we're
like,
not shipping to Maximum Overdrive.
Where'd you find 10 million sales for the PS2 in 2025?
which is like, come on, man.
Oh, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I also played that, but I played that on the PSP, which is crazy.
Oh,
nice.
Never mind.
Nice.
Not on
Okay.
PS2.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this, though. The only thing that's going against the PS2 is the fact that a lot of games that were multi-plat at the time were worse on PS2 than they were on, like, GameCube. I think PS2 was probably in many cases, PS2 was the worst ran version of a game that came out in that generation.
Doesn't matter. It had everything.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I was gonna say that's the only thing really. Like it had DVD support. A lot of games were on there that were developed for it. It sold like hotcakes.
It became more than just a console, and I think that the PS2 was the first.
Well, look at the when it first came out in 2000, and then subsequently 2001. Look at all the games that like the launch titles for it. It had like 13 launch title. It had Metal Gear Solid 2, Ratchet and Clank. I think it had Grand Theft Auto. It had a bunch. Like it had hit after hit after hit. It had like 13.
Oh,
launch
Burnout
titles.
3. We played the heck out of
Yeah.
Burnout 3. Never mind.
I do remember.
So like,
Burnout.
so like in 2001, they had like games already out for next gen on PS2. Meanwhile, GameCube just came out, and Xbox was right around the corner.
Right.
And Nintendo was like, we gotta release something.
Yeah, yeah.
So they rushed Mario Sunshine in 2002. They rushed Melee. They rushed Pikmin because they didn't have the 13 games that they had, and it's kind of sad, really. They just had it just PS2 just like blew everything out of the water.
Yeah.
Sega literally killed itself. Like I don't
Pretty much did. Yeah, it did. It did. After
So-
Dreamcast, it was just like, nah, can't do this.
Yeah. PS2, despite some of its shortcomings, literally like almost killed entire juggernauts.
Yeah, it did. It did. It
Nintendo
is.
literally had to rewrite its whole strategy and created the Wii. Microsoft was floating, I guess, but like, yeah,
It's
crazy.
It's legendary. It's absolutely
Yeah.
legendary. So, and that's where we'll stay. Now,
And
here's the
that's-
thing. So, let's get to the PS3 because this is
Yeah.
where I'm curious about everyone.
because when you get to the top, all you can do is go back down.
Well, we've had our
Honestly,
success. What now?
So my
Fail.
my no, honestly, I don't think the PS3 was a failure.
It wasn't a
I think
failure.
the PS.
No,
was
it's not a
good-
failure.
I think that generation of consoles was great. It was very brown, very shooter, but
yeah,
Yeah, very
Yeah.
bright. Yeah,
very brown. I would put it at an A tier.
A-tier?
I would
Okay.
put it in maybe behind the PS1 and A tier. And okay,
I would
so-
put it above, but I also would put the PS1 in B tier. So
Oh my lord.
Oh wow. All right. Well, what? Okay, Trey. This is your tier list, I guess. I don't know.
No. It's
You know what?
everybody's. I'm listening to you.
everybody's tier list.
Okay, Mike. Here's my case. Right. PS3
Socialist tier
basically
list.
was it got better. Socialist tier list.
That's a wild take. What's your opinion? You don't have one. It's A tier.
All right, let's all agree to not agree to socialism. All right, but isn't that socialism? No.
How did these tier lists get so political all the time?
Okay. So PS3 got better over time, right? When it first came out, all I can think of is the $600 price tag and the.
I forgot it was
crab.
expensive.
Yeah.
The giant enemy crab from the original E3 reveal. It was bad. They had to slash the price down. They had to make a slim version of the PS3. I think they took out PS2 backwards compatibility. I'm not sure. I can't remember. They had to do a lot of revisions. Like it came out pretty rough, and it was losing the first half of like what was the console war between it and the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, they started making good games for the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3 dropped in price. You had at the tail end, you had like The Last of Us, which yes is a PS3 game. You had Uncharted, which is yes a PS3 game. I'll even just throw in Persona 5, which yes is technically a PS3 game. All at the latter half of its life cycle, and by that time, things started to go up for Sony. And like can't really say the rest for the other two, but it was pretty rough. It wasn't all good in the very beginning.
Yeah. I'm honestly hovering at like a high B because like you did. I think Christian, you said like you brought up a good point. Like I don't remember a lot of variety, I guess, in terms of the games because like every other game that came out was a shooter. You know.
This console is for gun and baller.
Yeah, it
Ball
was
and gun
that,
gamer.
and like I even have to give it to like Xbox 360 because like there were a lot of shooters on there too, but there were some games that diversified a little bit. It was still shooters, but it was different. It was different enough to call it like a completely different genre. So Me personally, I'm at a high B. Christian, would you say like a low A?
I
Well,
would
you
say
said
either one is
high
cool,
A.
either low A or high B.
Let's put it in A. Let's put it at like a low A, but it's still A.
What does
It's
the
fine.
birthday boy say though?
I already said put it in A.
Yeah, but I
So
think
I'm good. I'm good with this location.
I think it's a low A. I think it's not the best PlayStation that we've had, but it's like okay, it's decent. You know?
But would you say above PS1 or below PS1?
I would say above.
Above?
Yeah.
The birthday boy has spoken. Put it above the PS1.
Stop. Doesn't matter.
All right, maybe we'll keep it there.
It should be an average of our opinions.
Sure.
Okay, no, you're
All
right.
right, now PS4.
I would say B tier.
Really?
I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't
to be
know.
honest.
I feel like there was a lot more going for the PS4.
I got a PS4 very late.
Okay.
Um,
When did it come out?
so I don't remember what everyone was saying about the PS4 as it was coming out and as games were coming out. Maybe A above.
Was it 2012 or
PlayStation?
2013 when it came out?
I would put it above PS1 for sure in A tier.
I
would say
Really well.
that the console itself is pretty solid in terms of like graphics. I don't know how it did in sales, but graphics wise, it's great.
It did pretty
and
good.
I would
in
say
sales.
the selection in games were pretty phenomenal. Like I think this was the console that introduced Horizon Zero Dawn, which is
No.
I think it did. Was that
Oh,
PS3?
yeah, no, yeah, it did. It came on PS4.
I know it did.
okay. Yeah. I figured.
Look.
So I think this console has a lot going for it, and honestly, I say that,
Okay, yeah,
but
true.
it's like I can't even tell you why. I just
Honestly,
feel like
it's like the Wii U in that a lot of the PS5's library are just PS4 games.
right.
Yeah, I
They
was
re-released
just
for
about
the
to
PS5.
say. I guess this helps the PS4, but
Mm-hmm.
the fact that they're still making PS4 versions of PS5 games
True.
speaks to how well, like, the PS4 is pretty perfect in the sense that it's just like a more refined PS3 with better
Yeah.
graphics, and like the graphics still hold up. I still argue that the graphical jump from PS4 to PS5 is not the biggest jump, but the jump from PS3 to PS4 was really good.
Because
And it
real
still
quick, let me
remains,
just say
like,
this.
I would say like PS4 is the standard for 2026 in terms of like how basic a game should look.
Right.
I don't. If it looks anywhere before that, like we're getting to like that era of like 6th generation consoles are now like our new day arcade. In my opinion, they're like they're very cheap. They look kind of cheaper now.
Yeah.
PS4 is like I think like at that bar.
Yeah, because I agree with that, because like I think what PS4 has going for it is the bare minimum now of how games should look, how games should feel, and the fact that they're still producing games for the console says a lot, like a whole lot. So, but like all this considered, it should be like S tier, but like I don't know, there's something not.
They didn't really do any. I mean, with that being said, they didn't do anything too crazy with it, though. Like, okay, this is the standard. This is what it looks like now. But like, it's nothing earth shattering. Like, they didn't like make Super Mario 64 again. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the sense of like how it felt when that game released. Like, they just made like upgrades and sequels and maybe new IPs. But like, it wasn't like there wasn't like a reason. I don't think there was really a game outside of whether or not you just wanted to play it that was a reason for you to get a PS4 other than I just want a graphical update for games that already exist or sequels to games that exist, right? Like my reason for why I got a PS4 was for Spider-Man. That was the only reason I wanted to get it. And like
I want Spider-Man.
it was Spider-Man. That's it. That's the only reason I want these games.
Right.
Like, well, consoles is mainly because of Spider-Man. But like,
Which is
outside of that, like, unless there's a game you really want to play, right? There's no game that's like, this is a must-have. There's no like DK Bonanza. There's no, I don't know, Uncharted. There's no You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no first Halo. You know what I'm saying? Like, of the PS4. Like, if you could give me a game that's like that on PS4, then I'd bump it up. But, like, it does everything that just it's a refined PS3.
Right.
With good quality games. But that's good. That's it. That's like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't do anything wrong. Like,
it's bare bone.
It doesn't do anything spectacular either.
The AAA stuff that they do have is not... I haven't heard anything, like, super mind-blowing about it. Because, like, Ratchet and Clank, I heard, was on here. And people are kind of 50-50 on it. Knack, people don't even talk about it at all. Stuff like that. So...
Yeah.
It's
like its highs are mid and its lows are mid. I don't even know how to describe that.
Yeah, it's just very bare bone. It is straightforward.
I wouldn't say it's bare bones. I just say it's very straight. Yeah. It's the most like strategically planned out console that I think Sony has put out, in the sense of like, we're going to do a bunch of one-player games. We're going to do a bunch of adventure games. We're going to do some shooters here and there. You know what I'm saying? But, like, outside of that, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're just making games that we already know how to make.
Right.
You know?
And what they did, it does work. It really does work. So, I feel comfortable putting it in, like, high A.
Yeah. To the point where, like, they're still making those same games on the PS5. And
which brings us to
PS4 version.
The PS5. The PS5. Now, let me hear your guys' take first, because I'm still debating on this one.
Honestly, I'm putting this dang dumpster fire of a console on B tier. Well, not dumpster fire. Let me not say all that. I'm literally looking at it right now. I don't know. I don't really rate it highly with the other A tier consoles for maybe a few reasons, but like I think one, it is like the least graphically updated jump to a console ever.
That's fair.
Like I said, to the point where like they still make PS4 versions of these games. The only real thing you have is like, I guess, like loading speeds are faster, and I don't know what else, but like it's whatever, right? Like these are technical upgrades. These aren't like these are performance and technical upgrades. These aren't like graphical upgrades, and even if they are, it's very minuscule.
Right.
You know, the what else is there? There's the freaking, and this isn't really a fault to the PS5, but like the price hike. I know this is universal for like pretty much every current gen, and even like even the Switch got a price upgrade, which is crazy. That's an 8-year-old, 9-year-old console that's now $50 more expensive. But whatever. But that's not a fault of the PS5, but it is something to kind of strike it, I think. On top of the fact that the PS5 doesn't have a lot of original games, you have all of this power, all this beefiness to it, all this technical prowess and upgrades with nothing to show for it. Little to nothing to show for it. Like I said, like if the PS4 was a refinement of the PS3, and it just kept making the same games and sequels, this is that to a lesser degree with like lower lows and lower highs. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, for me, it is the equivalent to like a Wii U, where it's like you have a very popular console at first, then you make a sequel to it, and it's significantly lesser, you know?
Yeah.
Because like, even I could tell you, like, I haven't heard too much hype around the stuff that they've released, and then what they have is so small. I would say that, you know, as always on any PlayStation, for its time, especially now, the graphics are amazing. They are absolutely perfect. But with like 5 games that people like honestly and earnestly want to play, it's like, what?
All right, that's enough. I hate this whole like, oh, the PlayStation 5 only has like 2 or 3 games. It constantly has games coming out that are fantastic.
Like exclusives?
Yes, exclusives. I mean, and
Like
also,
what?
I don't care if it's not exclusives because a lot of the PlayStation 2 aren't exclusives, but are still great games. Grand Theft Auto are great games, not exclusives.
On launch, the PS2 had 13 exclusives.
Okay, the PS5 has the PlayStation 5 has exclusives as well. But also, to me, I don't care if it's just exclusives.
Okay.
If it's got good games on the system, that's all that matters to me.
Like I won't deny that it doesn't. I won't deny that it doesn't have good games, right? Like I'm sure it does. Like I've seen it, I played it. You know what I mean? But how many are there?
I think I'll give Jarrell this. I'll give Jarrell this. I think
I can list them.
even with that,
Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales. What's it called?
That was on PS4. That was on PS4.
I don't care. It's on PlayStation 5 too. Don't care about exclusive. It's on.
I can name it exclusive. Doesn't name it exclusive.
What the heck is the name of that one game?
I can name 50 off the bat.
I'm naming them. What do you mean?
No, go ahead. No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Don't look.
Returnal. Returnal is fantastic.
Okay.
Days Gone. Flipping Death Stranding. I'm just looking at all my games.
Wait,
Dying Light 2.
Second Death Stranding.
Flipping.
The second one. 'Cause the first one was on PS4.
What is that game called? Oh, I gotta find it. Astrobot. The Horizon game.
That's the first thing you should have
Astrobot.
said. Because I honestly, I feel like Astrobot is almost worth the console itself.
There's a bunch of games I just don't play.
I love that
as
game.
well.
I've seen a game. I love that game.
Right.
I love it. And
it was game of the year. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
It was game of the year.
Right.
I think,
but they need to do more with that. You know what I mean? More stuff like that, because I think that's what people are asking for, and that's what people want.
But on top of that, I think what other people want is different in this generation from previous generations. So I can't necessarily look at it from the same like merits of the past. I think one thing that gravitates people now to consoles is more or less convenience, because people have a big library of games anyway that they want to put to a new console with new. I think that's sort of the new allure with consoles, is like, can this play the same games I already have but better? And I think that was like part of the Switch's 2 like marketing, right? And like and even consoles before that. So like I'll say like PS5 fits in that camp of the whole like, we don't really need a lot of exclusives. We just need to be able to give a big wide library of games to gamers that already have that, you know, but just like on a bigger, better thing or whatever, right? But how can we make it more convenient for them? And I'll say Sony has been partly doing that. I mean, outside of like putting their, you know, like their exclusives to PC, you know, which I guess is convenient in one sense, but like it kind of devalues your system now, because now you're kind of competing with yourself in terms
No,
of
it doesn't.
sales. No, you are.
The system is still good, even if they're not exclusives.
The system is still good, but like, why would I play
The system is
Spider-Man
still
on
good. It still
console
has
now
games
if
on
I could
it.
play it on my PC, if I could play it on a Steam.
That
if I could play
it's
it on
only
my
a
laptop.
problem from a shareholder's perspective, not from a player's perspective.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's convenience, but at the cost of the system.
It doesn't hurt the system for the games to be everywhere.
No.
Only if you're a shareholder and want to sell as many PS5s as possible.
Then why does Nintendo not just put all of their games on PC then?
Because Nintendo's not in it to sell the most games possible. They're in it to sell consoles and to control their platform, or control their software to only be on their platform.
But that's why, exactly, because
it's two different goals.
The quality.
Sony's out to make good games and get them to as many people as possible. Nintendo's out to make good games and get them to as
But their
few
games are
people as
good. Their games are good.
I said good games.
Yeah, they're good games. And I think it's attached to the fact that they also value their systems. Their systems and their games are fundamentally one and the same in a lot of ways. They value, they bring value back and forth to each other. But when you start
it's a different
putting it
philosophy.
into a whole different chain, it's like, all right, well, why get this, you know? And that's why Xbox is dead. So
I
now.
was just about to mention Xbox. Yeah, because it's just like, what's the point of getting the Xbox if you can literally play everything that you need on a whole different system? You know?
Also, side note. Now we have a new green logo, and now it's not called the Microsoft Game Team. It's just called Xbox Team or whatever. Like, ooh, yay. Thank you, new CEO. Whatever.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Can I just say too? This is kind of unrelated to the argument, but like the specs wise, I think this is the biggest console that we have on the market right now.
Yeah.
I when I took a look at it, I was mind blown by how enormous this thing is. It's insane. And I will add this too. I think that the PS5 controller is one of the best I've ever played.
I do love this controller. I'm looking at it.
It is the best controller.
It is. It's perfect.
With that being said, PS5 Pro $1,000. Or how much is it now?
Then don't buy the Pro.
Stupid world economy making my games and my video games cost higher.
That is kind of even though I'm not really judging it on like the
Yeah,
PS5,
no, I already said that. Yeah.
Like the PS Pro or like the slim version or anything like that. But like to have a Pro version and all you can do is just download digital games on it. That's a big.
My last thing I will say though, is like, even with the whole convenience factor and the new technical output and the small graphical output, right? I think it just lends to the idea like you just want a bigger library, but I don't know. People have always said that this generation of gaming has felt empty. Yeah. And I kind of feel that sentiment because, like, you got Spider-Man, you got Astrobot, but like, we don't live in the same day and age where like they're coming out with 13 games on launch in the first year. You know what I'm saying? Like we went from PS2 strides of like blowing out every other game console and company out of the water to can I put Astrobot on PC?
Right.
Can I put,
I have no idea what you're talking about. This is ridiculous. This sounds ridiculous to me.
Here's the thing too, because I feel like that is very common.
Like making fun of the concept of like because to me, people have been saying like, oh man, why do we have exclusive? It'd be nice if I didn't have to like buy a PlayStation 5 to get the Sony games. And so it's like, okay, cool, we'll just put them out on PC 6 months after they come out. It's like everybody wins, but then people are complaining. It's crazy.
I don't know, man.
We get to play like everybody gets a chance to play all the good games without being locked into an ecosystem.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't do it if I know I had a console to sell. You know what I mean? Because then it would be like, well, then what's the point of even getting a console that I could just wait like 6 months and just play on the PC? You know what I mean?
All right, that's your prerogative. If that's what you want to do, then do that. But having the choice to me is more consumer friendly than not having the choice.
Okay, valid. That's valid.
It's like, why would you sell your console at a loss? Why not sell it for profit? Well, it's because we want people to be able to afford it.
I would just like the console to do more with it. You know, I just want to see some more exclusives on it because I don't want it to fail at all.
Oh,
I really don't. I know it sounds like I'm giving it gloom and doom, but like I want to see more out of the console. You know. Because I think it's great. I think it is great. It's
this is gonna be the flimsiest example that I have, or I guess parable or whatever you would call it. But just walk with me for a second.
Okay.
It's like if you have a car lot, right? And in order to make the money back on the lot, you need to sell cars on your lot, right? Why the heck would I sell my cars on someone else's lot?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the best example.
But then saying like 6 months later, you can get the car off my lot. There's a whole other lot.
You could either get my cars now, or you could wait a year later where it could be on sale on a different lot. And I'm like,
right.
All right, well, I'm going to take the bus and I'm going to wait a year. So
to me, it's like either way, they're buying my cars. I don't care if they buy the car from my lot or their lot. They're buying my cars.
What if I pirated your car? If I downloaded your car off of PC? This is so stupid. I don't know why I said this. Put PS5 in B tier or whatever. Just we gotta end the video.
Yeah, we do. Okay, so Jarrell,
yeah.
where would you say you would put the console at?
Put it in B tier. I don't care.
B tier? Okay. But it's a high B for sure. Because like I said, there's a lot going for it, but it just needs more.
It'd be really funny if we just kept the handheld PS5 in B tier and then put the actual PS5 and never played. It'd be really funny. Because like, how would that even be possible?
That would be the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh god.
All right, well that looks pretty solid. Of course, PS2 is gonna reign supreme. I think the most surprising thing is probably the PS1 not at least low S tier, but I get it. It was very, very valid argument not to put it in anything higher. And I'm still kind of 50-50 on this PS4. I'm really gonna have to think about that one because it's I know that I love it, but I don't know why I love it. It's very confusing, but I think this is a solid list, and nothing in C tier, by the way, which is absolutely amazing. So I guess Sony's a big hit or miss. It's just a really big hit or miss.
S tiers are great. A tiers are just perfectly consistent in its apatheticness, I guess. B tier is just sort of shy of greatness, but they're still great. And D tier is just dog water. Literal Wii U generation.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me on this tier list that I should have.
PS Vita fans, what did you think of this video? Comment down below, like, share, and subscribe, and tell all your other PS Vita friends about our channel where we'll never play PS Vita games.
Ever. No, I really want to know what people in the comments have to say about our tier list and where you would put everything. Because this is just our opinion, but we would love to know yours. So, all right. Yeah. Well, next time on XP, maybe we'll do another tier list, or maybe I won't because I hate hearing these arguments. And
we should do tier list on RAM.
No, we should not.
Actually, those
all right.
Do that.
All right.
Bye everyone.
PlayStation 1.
Albanian Prison 2.
Come on.
I don't know why I said that.
Every time we're Christian. Every time.
What?
Okay. Welcome back.
What I do?
Welcome. I'm gonna put that in the episode.